fight still here. You idiots. Get out of the way.
Will this ever end?
Okay, this was the door over here, but okay. So maybe there was a secret passage that we went over there and skipped the big trap hallway, but we ended up working our way through it. All right. Does the key that we got... Oh, these doors are open now. All right, so we want to go check the basement to see if any of the keys we got clearing the castle open up the big door down there before we step outside. That is the wrong door. Back up. Or wrong staircase, rather. I think it's funny how big the lamp on Valerie's hip gets when she gets a growth spelled.
Follow me.
All right. Right here, we found a weak wall and broke it, and there was this big magic door behind it. And I'm wondering if any of the keys we got go to this. So we're gonna remove here, we're gonna tap F5.
Uh-oh. And whoops.
No.
It's just not my
They do not. Okay. All right. Go back up, and let's step outside and see what the town looks like, because we sort of ignited a civil war on the way in. We revealed that King Iravetti had killed a bunch of people in prominent families, and those families were outraged and came with me to attack the castle, but then the guards went to defend the king, and it started like this huge fight in the streets, and then we just busted in here. Oh boy, I think we looted enough. I think we got enough.
Will this ever end?
Can we talk with the guards? No. Hey, Mike, how's 4th of July been? How's the playthrough going? I didn't even realize it was 4th of July until people wished me happy 4th of July, but the playthrough's going great. Eobald, your highness, if you left the palace alive, you must be the new king of Patax. As victor, you deserve a much more stately greeting, but I'm afraid we'll have to postpone the festivities. Your new subjects are in urgent need of help. Professor Eobald, what are you doing here? It's dangerous for you here. I came because I was worried about you, but I'm not the one who's in danger right now. There are riots in the city, a crowd has gathered around the Academy of Grand Arts, and they're out for blood. I beg you, you must interfere before it's too late. I don't know, where's the Academy? You could have told me directions. Oh, I guess we just teleported there?
Not there.
Dude, this Academy sounds awful. I mean, let's just burn it down. Your Mesmer Spear video, you like that? Why is one of the cats stone and one's not? A crowd of citizens armed with whatever they could find, bludgeons, daggers, torches, murmurs indignantly. They're listening to a student who stands above a young man lying in a puddle of blood. It takes a moment to realize the wounded body is Alandi. Oh, isn't he the one that accidentally killed a student? An end to tyranny. An end to the humiliation and disgrace that despotic swindler Iravetti brought upon our city. You've all read Lindsay's book. You all know the rot that festers behind this facade. Lies, bullying, violence, sycophancy. These are the arts Iravetti patronized. His favored students are all murderers like this scumbag. The girl delivers a swift kick to Alandi's body. Is this the kind of academy we need? Let the devils take it. Burn it all to the ground. Burn away the rot so we can begin anew. Stop, what are you doing? I didn't write the book to... Lindsay's words are drowned out by the joyful roar of the crowd. Look, it's Lindsay. She's here with us. Our hero. Come, throw the first torch. What's going on? Our new king. Hurrah. Hurrah for the liberator. To click through Valerie's hitbox, try and control click. I will try that the next opportunity I get. People gave you crap for that video. The Mesmer one, I mean, no one really gave me crap for it, but, you know, people can hit the like or dislike button on any video they want, right? And most of my videos get a 99.8% like to dislike ratio, you know? For every 998 people that hit like, 2 hit dislike. The Mesmer meme video this morning had an 85% like to dislike ratio. So, I mean, it's still doing great, but a lot of people were just like, nah, about it, apparently. There was a couple of people that left comments that they were just like, oh, Muck, you know, you shouldn't call something OP and it's not even out yet. And I was like, you did not even watch the video. Lindsay, they killed Alandi. I didn't want this, and they're gonna burn down the academy, all because of my book. Lawful neutral. Citizens of Patax, Iravetti is dead. The tyrant is no more. If you think this is a time for riots, you are mistaken. Surrender the troublemaker to the guards and leave peacefully, or I will have to disperse you by force. That's it. The troublemaker tries to escape, but is swiftly captured and handed over to the guards. The remaining crowd quickly scatters. I was so confused. I thought it was going to transition to Guild Wars 2 PvP. Yeah, that was the point. It was meant to just be a joke. I ran into a boss named Mesmer who was killing me with a spear, and I saw an opportunity. Lindsay looks abashed, tears in her eyes. This is my fault. This is all because of my book. This isn't what I wanted. I wanted to punish Alandi, to tell the whole truth about him, but I didn't think he'd be killed. It may as well have been me who killed him. Professor Eobald was right. The quill is a deadly weapon, and I swung it like a toy, praising myself for my bravery and uncompromising attitude. I was so sure I was following a bard's calling, and I was ready to pay the price for that. But it never occurred to me that I might not end up being the one to pay it. Don't give up. You did the right thing. You're a bard and your calling is telling the truth. Lindsay stares at the slain bard. I didn't want you dead. Honestly, I didn't. But if the truth of your deeds brought this fate to you, is that really my fault? Lindsay closes her eyes. No, no excuses. Your blood is on my hands and I will never forget this. But now that I know the power of my weapon, I won't lay it down. I'll tell the truth even if it eventually kills me too. Lindsay looks away from the academy at Alandi's corpse. I think I finally graduated today. I almost failed the final exam, but thanks to you, I endured. Thank you. Now let's go. There's nothing left for me here. Just loading screen. Okay. Oh gods, I repeat platitudes about the power of words so often, but I never really knew what they meant. Okay. The River's Justice. So this says failed now. Maybe Aymar died in the fight? So I needed to get into Patax to talk to Aymar for ages. But I'm only now able to wander Patax. So I'm guessing I missed an opportunity to see him beforehand. Okay, so we went to the academy in the main square. Let's visit the port.
Follow me.
Merchants. Show me your wares. Sell junk. That was like 1,000 pounds.
Not that I care.
Let's see, there's an inn. First Mate Weller. A dark-haired, middle-aged man with a sailor's gait, trimmed beard, and grumpy face is blocking your way. Sir, my name is Weller, and it is my honor to serve as first mate aboard the pirate ship called Prestigious. I'd like to ask you a favor. Help me save my merry crew of sea dogs from drowning in the bottoms of their barrels. Can I count on your help? Without you, my crew will drown in drunkenness and decadence. A pirate names himself such from the start, then has the audacity to ask for help. Life in the River Kingdoms is insane. They really need a change. What's your problem? Weller grimly points at drunken pirates. There. Our crew is placed in order. A wizard named Blakemore agreed to create a grimoire for us. A book, but more, a masterpiece of art. Oh, I think I'm carrying that. We're supposed to meet him at this tavern several days ago, but he hasn't shown up. Worse, we have no idea where we should look for him. Blakemore is an extraordinary man full of amazing stories, but he's jealous of his solitude. In truth, if the whole crew stays here drinking, waiting for him for days upon days, and if it goes on like that, why we'll lose our image as honest pirates. What respected client would want to hire us then? It's long past time for us to set sail, but Captain Martin will hear nothing of it. He won't leave without the book. I need your help. I have to overthrow the captain and take command, but I'm not the most popular man in the crew. If Martin is like an amusing and irresponsible father for the sailors, I'm the strict mother ready to put a rolling pin to use. I need someone who can persuade the sailors to take my side. There aren't many who support me now, just those who want to fill our sails with southern winds. It's true, we live in an age of decline and decadence. I'd wager you're curious of what you stand to gain. I'll answer you. Robbing raids are a thing of the past for the ship and her crew. We'll dedicate ourselves to trading elite art pieces. This is a highly profitable business, and that's just as true for anyone drawing taxes from our vessel. If you help me, then after I become captain, I'll pursue this business under your banner, but this will only work if I'm captain. I can't speak for Martin. He always preferred robbery over honest trade. Answer me this about Blakemore and the grimoire. Tell me about the grimoire. Weller spits grimly. Not much to be told. It's a book, big and beautiful, covered with calligraphy. Knowing Blakemore, I bet it's full of magical surprises. But its main value lies in the perfection of visual aesthetics. Weller smirks. I sound like an artist, don't I? As you can see, throughout the years, I've become well-versed in matters of art. I've practically grown to love it. Who's Blakemore? I've heard many accounts, and I don't believe any of them. Let's just say Blakemore is a living phenomenon. If you listen to him for 5 minutes, you'll hear the most impossible stories any dreamer's mind could ever produce. But at the same time, he's an extraordinarily gifted wizard and a skilled artist. I can attest to that personally, I'm pleased to say. So for anyone who was here when it happened, you may recall there was a day that we found a door just a doorway in the middle of the woods. And we went into it and went into this wizard's tower. And we lied to the guy and told them that, they were like, oh yeah, we were looking for you. And he was like, oh, you're here to pick up the book. And he gave me the book that they're looking for. Aren't you worried I'll reveal your plans to the captain? No, I'm not. For many years I've kept this crew afloat, both our ship and our business. If I don't overthrow the captain in a few weeks, there won't be anything left. I've got questions about your line of work. What exactly do you want to know? Tell me about your ship, the Prestigious. You won't find a more glorious pirate ship anywhere. We're not some pathetic bandits who attack fishermen and cargo ships full of cabbages. The Prestigious chases only art. Pieces of art, I mean. I was never a big admirer of art, but when I learned how much the nobles are willing to pay for it, their aesthetics and beauty overwhelmed me. Usually, we've been selling most of our loot to King Iravetti. Speaking of which, Blakemore's grimoire was commissioned by Iravetti too. Now that the contract has lost its force, but the captain believes we still have a deal with Blakemore, so we have to collect the book anyway. The stubborn, decadent herring. How did you become a pirate? It's a long story. Once I was a yeoman in Rossland, but when when all those things happened with House Rogarvia, I raised anchor and took off in an instant. I could feel upheaval coming, just like I can feel the wind shift northwest at midnight. Back in Deadbridge, I met Captain Martin, who was recruiting a new crew. The crew soon grew to believe that it was my responsibility to, well, arrange things, to manage everything. The captain's good at strategic planning, but he's not skilled in questions of discipline. So he's like a quartermaster? On the Prestigious, I listen to the captain, and the crew listens to me, but it only works as long as I don't contradict Martin. That's it for now. We'll talk later. I'm counting on you. So wait, what is he... A quest did not pop up. Like, I could have... He didn't give me an option to hand this guy the book, so I'm not sure exactly what he wanted.
I've been taught if someone annoys you, you
Alright,
either pray
Bloodman?
or polish your armor. It is why
A grim man with long brown
cleans
hair and an
us.
unpleasant face is drinking in the corner alone. He doesn't seem to be pleased with your attention. What do you want, mister? Who are you? And who are you? I'm a pirate, a sailor in the Prestigious. Just a sailor, Sailor Blutman, if it pleases you. Are you satisfied? What do you think of your stay ashore? Ha! We should have never relied on Blakemore's punctuality. He's a special person, that one, but I never expect him to know what time it is. As for me, I don't care as long as there's enough beer. Perception check passed. You talk about him with such confidence. Do you know him well? Blutman winces, realizing he said more than intended. By the Kraken. Okay, just stop yelling. Please lower your voice, mister. I'll tell you, but it's just between the two of us, okay? I was Blakemore's apprentice when I replaced his former servant, a deaf-mute kobold. I used to visit him. He even gave me the key to his hideout, but now some of them, mostly First Mate Weller, are angry with Blakemore. If they find out I'm friends with them, they'll pay him a visit and take that stupid book. And Blakemore, he very much dislikes intrusions. I've already been there. I don't need to go there. Understood. Alright, so that is a way to find him if you hadn't already found him. Captain Martin. Tall, confident man stands before you wearing a fancy hat and a charming smile. Ah, visitors, and whom do I have the pleasure of addressing? My name is Captain Martin. There have been so many new faces in the tavern recently for some reason. Can I be of any use to you? Hand over command to Weller before your crew hangs you. Martin smiles uncomprehendingly, and you hear Weller's footsteps behind. Sir, let's do this without bloodshed. Give up your command, you'll be the death of the crew. Weller, is this a mutiny? My crew would never betray me. I'm the best captain in all the seas, right, crew? Every one of these, I have to roll a 12 or higher. Diplomacy. I think it's Weller who does the real captain's work here. You just pretend to be the leader and take all the credit. Failed. The pirates cast glances at you, gripping their weapons. Weller looks at you with a tragic expression. Martin's voice is tense, and his hospitality has disappeared. What was that? Would you like to explain yourself before blood is shed? It's just pirates. You'll find out when I take that stupid hat off your head. Captain Martin draws his weapon with a spectacular flourish. Let's fight, gentlemen.
Do it the hard way.
I've been the king for 5 minutes, and I'm already doling out death penalties. First Mate Weller stares down at the scene of the massacre in utter confusion. Holy Kraken. This wasn't what I wanted. I wanted a mutiny for the ship, with the crew. But you've killed the whole crew! What good is the ship now? Phew, let's go, brothers. It's true that landlubbers have butts instead of heads. Why are there specters here? We're killing ghosts. Alright, well, that's one less pirate crew plaguing my lands. Easy peasy. I'm already doing good deeds, chat. We have made Patax a better place. I'm doing great work as the king. Alright, hello, innkeeper. I like how he's standing on the bar. Greetings from the best tavern in Patax. Yo, he is unfazed. He is unfazed. Alright. Mug, I'm trying to get back to Guild Wars 2 as an elementalist. Any tips for a simple open world build or where I can look? Trying to use my old fractal build, but doesn't really have any survivability stuff, and there's lots of different sources out there. For me personally, Weaver and Catalyst are too complicated for me. So I usually, if I play Ellie, I play Tempest, and I do just fine with that. But I will say Ellie has got the lowest hit points of like any class in the game. So it is fragile. So you need to be playing a build either really well and not touching any red circles, or you build that gives like, protection and stuff like that to itself for some survivability. Because you do have less hit points. Boop, boop, boop.
What's over there? I don't even
Wait,
wanna
what?
know.
What did he say? Oh, over here on the dock.
Not that I care.
Remain vigilant.
Oh my god.
I am yours to command.
There's a trap chest here.
Knock knock nervous when watched.
I failed.
Are you serious?
We need to
Wow, all
try
3 of my
something
lockpickers
else.
failed. Rip.
Follow me. Or don't.
Mahuyo recommends using ritualist gear on your open world elementalist and says you'll be fine. If that helps. But of course that would you would be using that with a build to support it. Alright, back to the main square. Let's see what this area is up here. I use Celestial in my Tempest. Celestial's great in open world for sure. What the heck?
I did it.
Ring of Law. Ironic, we found this in a box that
Don't
exploded
hesitate.
when we clicked on it because we were breaking the law.
You can rely on me.
Okay. Alright, I think we're pretty much done here. Okay, let's get out of this city. Pirate or poison, no trip is too far to hound them to death like the vermin they are, though they are good for one thing, the way that they die in firework flowers all over the sky. Oh my god. I prefer... Yo-ho fiddle-dee-dee, pirate's life is right for me. Because you are a pirate. We've got our own favorite pirate songs. Oh, I never came across Octavia's mom. Octavia's biological mother is somewhere in Pitax. Oh, hello.
Dead. And good riddance.
There's the weird snake
Our
thing.
ruler added the crown of Pitax to the crown of the stolen lands.
We just wear both
But
crowns,
behind
like,
the
on
dead
top of each other.
monarch loomed the shadow of a much more dangerous foe.
Meet Octavia's mom, yeah. Okay. So... we need to head back home. Yeah, I'm not sure at what point what I believe is like the final quest, which is to fight the Fae, is going to happen. Because we've got like 99% of the map filled in. There's a few tiny little pockets that I missed that I just haven't gone to fill in. But at this point, it's just like waiting on whatever the finale is to occur now that we've handled Pitax.
Rest, isn't it?
So plan is to go home, sleep, and then see if anything occurs when we wake
We
up.
should gather our strength.
Okay. Throne room. Is that tapping out for just a quick moment? Okay. Lindsay, there's a whole delegation from Pitax to see you. They're standing by the door, scowling at each other. It looks like they're about to come to blows. Gaspir Liasenza greets you with a polite bow. Your Highness, the old families, founders of Pitax, are grateful to you for sparing us of the usurper's tyranny. Allow us to assure you in our loyalty. None of the trade houses seek the Pitaxian crown, which is rightfully yours, of course. If it would please you to appoint a governor to oversee the city, all the four families humbly recommend me for this position. Karn Varil stares at Gaspir with dim, bloodshot eyes. Your Highness, of course, it wasn't always peaceful between us. The Thieves Guild used to fight against you a little, but that's all water under the bridge, right? Iravetti's rule has ended, and the Guild, represented by me, promises you our support and a share of our profits. Speaking of profits, if you appoint me as governor, then your share will make you gasp. Wait, so a thief is saying make me governor? Gaspir can be governor. Thank you for your trust. Allow me to pledge our allegiance once again, both mine and that of all the old families. Karn grinds his teeth in anger. Is that so? Very well. So, we've decided on the governor. Would you like to say anything to the visitors, or are they free to go? There's a whole crowd of them waiting in the hall. Lawful good is sentence the other guy to death. He's head of the Thieves Guild. The guild represented by me. So, no, I guess he's not the head of the guild. He's the representative of the Thieves Guild. So, the Thieves Guild will still exist, but this would send a very powerful message to them that we're not, like, putting up with their BS now that we're under new management. Chat, it's tempting. Do y'all think I should kill the Thieves Guild guy? It's tempting. Like, just to send a message, you know? I'm gonna do it. Guards, I sentence Karn Varil to death. Take him. You won't get away with this. Do you hear me? The guild will find you. Do you have pink hair? Oh my god. The guild will find you. You'll be weeping blood. You'll eat your own guts. A wise decision, Your Highness. The city will be safer and cleaner without him. Lindsay, what's next on the agenda? You must decide the fate of the Academy. Oh my god. Your Highness, I ask that you relieve me from my post as headmaster of the academy. After all that has happened, I'm hardly worthy of keeping it. You got that right. Anamede. Anamede, the most famous bard in all of Patax, gives you a charming smile. For the first time, I completely agree with my respected colleague. And if you don't have another candidate for the position, please allow me to offer my services. Can we put Anamede to death? I remember her spreading fake gossip about our place and making the situation worse earlier with all the propaganda. Italia become headmaster? Anamede, and that's definite no, she sucks. I will trust the teachers to elect a new headmaster, or no headmaster will be necessary. I'm closing it down. I'm thinking 3 or 4. 2 is a jerk who spread propaganda that helped our city riot. 1 is not good at her job and was okay with students bullying and killing each other as long as they got better grades. Fox says trust teachers. Sure, I'm on the fence, so I'll let that be the deciding vote. I will trust the teachers to elect a new headmaster of the academy. Really? Well, that's even better. Let some other candidates have their fair chance. Thank you, Your Highness. That will indeed be the right thing to do. What a wonderful decision. I'm sure the teachers will elect the most worthy candidate for among themselves. Is there anything else that can't wait to be seen? Lawful evil. I could sentence one of them to death. Anamede was instigating riots. Guards, I sentence Anamede Belvara to be executed. Take her away. What? No! You wouldn't dare, for what? Lindsay covers her face and turns away. The guards take Anamede away, swearing and kicking. Alright, who's next? She deserved it. Dude, we had so many people in our lands die because of the propaganda campaign she was a part of. Irse Khaleesi, captain of the guard, comes to pledge allegiance to the king. Irse Khaleesi gives you a reserved bow. Your Highness, according to the tradition set forth by the first kings of Patax, I've come to pledge my allegiance to the city and its citizens before you and the crown. I shall serve Patax faithfully and loyally to my dying breath and guard the peace of the streets. I accept your pledge. Serve the city as you have before. Thank you, Your Highness. I must say, now that you so wisely spared the city of that scoundrel Karn Varil, it will be much easier to keep order. He's complimenting the fact that I killed the thief guy earlier. Very well, I shall take my leave. Saluting you, Irse Khaleesi leaves the throne room. Well, we're done with the guards. Who else is left? No one else. What a day. I see it's not easy to rule. I'd rather break up a pack of wyverns than live through another day like this. You return to the city, to the old trade houses. Frankly, under all the velvet clothes and pretty words, they were just plain old bandits. But old and familiar ones, I guess. I guess Patax will soon go back to what it was like before Irovetti. I didn't know much about them when I made that decision. Is that Octavia? Yes. A messenger from a distant village has arrived. Something strange is happening there. It would appear some wizard is fooling around. The locals have never met any wizards, but one of them found a strange charm from the swamps not long ago. He showed it to the whole village and bragged of his luck. The lucky fellow now completely refuses to allow anyone to examine the charm, so no one has been able to properly to discover if it is the reason behind the disorder in the village. He is within his rights, he found it, and it's his property. Besides, the magical interference so far has been harmless. No one's been hurt yet. Octavia taps her chin thoughtfully. I think the locals are simply scared and nothing more. Let's not make something out of nothing and leave the charm to the person who found it. Otherwise, we'll set an example for other squealers and be buried under an avalanche of anonymous letters. If it's only one little trinket, what's the worst that could happen? We are freaking rich. Pay 500 gold. Buy the charm and give it to the appraiser. Well, I suppose that's a reasonable solution. He would probably sell the charm anyway, so this will be a win-win situation. The storyteller raises his hand to get your attention. Your Highness, please spare me a few moments. As your curator, I request you listen to this kind lady who wishes to discuss with you something of great importance. The Azamar bows. The young woman is wearing simple clothes but carries herself with dignity.